I'm going to do some programming using the Khan Academy web-based programming interface. I'm going to be using the JavaScript programming language, basically. And then on top of that, the Processing JS graphics library, Processing JavaScript. And what that does is it makes it really easy to draw things in programming. You know, and Khan Academy has made it even easier. You can just type code in here, and it'll kind of pop up in this window over here. So first thing I want to do is something really simple. I'm going to try and make a point right here in the center of the screen, basically. So I can just over here I'm going to type make a point. And right away, the error buddy up here that was happy before gets a concerned look on his face. And if you click on that, he basically tells me that, well, this isn't code. It would be nice someday, you'll be able to tell your computer, hey, draw a rotating chrome cube, and bang, it'll pop up on the screen. But we're not quite to that point. Doesn't understand English yet, so we have to speak computerese, as I said, in this case, processing. But I do want to keep notes on the screen. It helps kind of keep organized. So at the beginning of this, I'm going to add a couple of slashes. And that makes this a comment. And what that means is that the computer will ignore anything on this line after these two slashes. See, and now the error buddy's happy again. Everybody's happy. Great. Okay. So to actually make a point, I clicked down here and it made a new line. That's great. I'm going to actually hit enter and make a second line. You can have as many lines as you want because the computer basically ignores the white space. So on this line, I'm going to call a function that's already built into processing, and it's called point. And then there'll be a couple of parentheses, and then inside there, I'm going to give it an x-axis and a y-axis, basically. So the x-axis being the left to right coordinates, and the y-axis being the up and down coordinates. Now, the window is 400 pixels wide by 400 pixels down. See, so for instance, if I wanted the x-axis to be right in the middle there, I would set it to 200. That's half of 400. So the x-axis comes first, and as you can see, when I click in there, it tells me that it requires two values, an x value and a y value. Okay, so first I'm going to give it the x value, which we said is 200, and then comma, I'm going to put the y value halfway down is going to be 200. And then at the very end here, oops, I clicked and it made a new line automatically, but as you can see, the error buddy is telling me something useful here. Hey, it looks like I'm missing a semicolon. Okay, so at the end of this line, I'm going to type a semicolon, and now everybody's happy again. And I have made a point. And it's so tiny that it's about the size of a speck of pepper. That is 1 pixel in size. Like I said, this is 400 pixels wide by 400 pixels down, and I've drawn 1 pixel. Now I can make this point a little bit larger, but to do that, I can basically draw outline around it. So, and that is done by calling another function called stroke weight. See, with the capital W there, it's called camel case. Stroke weight. And then inside there, I'm going to just assign a value, say a value of 4, right? And at the very end, hit the semicolon, and my speck of pepper got a little bit bigger. It now has a 4-pixel outline around it. And here's another nifty feature of the Khan Academy programming interface. If I double click on this number, this slider pops up, and I can just drag it from left to right to interactively change any values on the screen up here. Very nice. That kind of makes it nice for quickly getting some graphics right where you want without having to inch your way up with a series of numbers. So let me see. I can also Control Z, and I've done a couple things. Control Z, it stores a history, and go back to where I was. You see, I can control the X value by sliding this back and forth. Yes. I can control the Y value by sliding this back and forth. Nice. Okay. Let's see. I'd like this, to be a little bigger. Let's say 20. I could also highlight this and just type a number in there. So I'll just type 20. Boom. Now it's 20 pixel outline on my dot. And I could also say what color I want this to be. In this case, I'm going to go up here, click enter. There we go. Made a new line, and I'm going to set the stroke, S-T-R-O-K-E. And now when I hit the parenthesis, it automatically fills in the numbers for me. Very nice. And you can see that my point is now red. To change that, I can just take the mouse and hover over this little color box here, and it opens up a color picker. See? And then I can drag the slider here and change the color to anything I want. And then once I get the hue, say blue, or maybe I want a darker blue, I could click out here, and as you drag down, you see it gets darker, right? Or as I drag over here toward the lighter part, it gets whiter and whiter till it's almost completely white, you see? And different shades of whatever color you want in the color slider. Very nice. Automatic for you. I could Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, back to red. Very nice. So there. I've made a point. Let's see. I can go up here to the title here, and it says New Program. I'm going to call it Make a Point, like that. Save, and it saves the title. See? So now I can save my program. So make a point. And we'll go just save. And I hope I've made my point. And you can too.